Hi, my name is Heather, and welcome to another episode of Cover to Cover Procreate Edition, my series where I share my process with you illustrating and publishing a children's book. I've been working on my children's book, Bitsy B's Bad Day, and today I'm just going to pick another page out of here to draw. So all of the pages that I've already drawn are checked off in red. And I think for today, I'll do this big spread. She had bumped into a mushroom in the earlier scene. And so now all of the nectar that she had collected for her hive is spilled on the ground. And so she's sad. So this is the scene I'm going to do today. I'm going to make sure I'm on my sketch layer. And then I'll grab my select tool and I'll just select that whole page design. And I'll swipe with my 3 fingers and copy. And then I'm going to go back to the gallery and I'll create a new file. And for this one, it's going to be a spread. So I'm going to pick the children's book spread size. And this is a size that I added in here for an 8.5 by 8.5 book. The size of the spread is going to be 17.25 by 8.75. And that's because we add a little bit extra for bleed. And I do have videos to show you how to do that if you need to do that. So I'm just going to click on my children's book spread file size. And now I'm just going to swipe with my 3 fingers and paste. And then I'm just going to size this as big as the page. But I do want to leave a little bit extra around the edges for bleed and for margin. So this is pretty good. And then I'm just going to press the select again to deselect it. And these lines that I drew here, that's where the text is going to go. And as I've mentioned in other videos, it is very important that you always plan for text when you draw out your pages. So that way you don't have like a really busy area and then you have to put text over it. So you want to keep that area pretty simple. It can just have like a background color or something. Now I'm going to go to the layers and I'm going to hit the N right here so that I can bring the opacity down so that it's a nice light sketch layer. And then I'm going to create a new layer for me to draw on. And I'm just going to take my finger and press and hold and bring that layer underneath my sketch layer. I'm going to pick a background color and that's going to be the color of the sky. I think I'll make it like a nice bright blue. That's probably good. I do want to add some texture to this and like, different shades of blue. So I'm going to grab my brush and I'm going to grab the sponge/oil brush because that's my favorite for big areas. And then I'm going to grab a blue and I want to make it a little bit different than the background. So I went a little darker. And I have my size all the way up here. And then I'm just going to kind of add some texture to the background here. Now I can add some grass. So I'm just going to add another layer above that sky layer. I'm going to grab a green. And then I'll grab my Bardo brush colored pencil. I really love the colored pencil from Bardo brush. It's probably my favorite brush in Procreate. And now I'm going to make this really big. And I'll draw in the ground here. Now I'm just going to make it a little darker and that way I can add some texture in here. Now I'm going to add her. So she just fell on the ground. So I'm going to copy and paste her from one of my other drawings. That way I can keep her consistent. So I'm going to go to my gallery and I'm going to see which pose is the closest to that one. I don't really have one that's super close to it because she's facing forward and most of them she's actually sideways. But I think I'll just grab maybe the one of her on the phone because at least she's big in this one. So I won't be sizing up too much. I'm going to grab this whole group and I'm going to copy it over to the other file. So I'm just going to click and hold and drag it out. And then I'm going to, with my other finger, click gallery. And then with this other finger, I'll also click on the new file, and then I'm just gonna drop this in. And you might have seen this in my other videos too. So it does always put everything in the group in the opposite order of the order that they were in originally for some strange reason. So I just need to take the bottom layer and drag it up to the top, and then the next one, drag it under that one, and basically reorder them to how they're supposed to be. And then the wings, it reset those to 100% opacity, so I'm just going to bring this back down. Now I'm going to regroup these. So I'm just selecting all the layers and I'm going to click group. To start, I'm going to get rid of her facial features here, because I'm just going to redraw those. So I'm just going to do cut. I'm going to hide her wings for now. And then I'm going to redraw her antennas. And I like to keep the current ones here just while I'm drawing it so that I can make sure that the line thicknesses are the same and like the size of the balls at the end and all that it's all consistent. I'm going to just copy this antenna. I'm going to duplicate it, and then I'm going to flip it and just bring it over to the other side. And then I'll get rid of her other antennas. So I'll just swipe with 3 fingers and cut. Now I'm going to create a new layer, and I can go ahead and make her eyes and her mouth. Now I'm just going to modify her body a little bit to make it kind of more shaped like how it is in the sketch, because she is kind of like sitting on the ground, so I want her bottom part to be a little bit wider there. I think that's good for her body, and now I'm going to show these stripes again, and I can just touch those up, and she does need another stripe on the bottom too. These stripes are a clipping mask, so if I click on this, I have clipping mask checked, and then that will constrain them to only show up on her body, so I don't have to worry about going outside of her body, because it just won't show up if it goes outside her body. For the wings, I think I'm just going to actually redraw the wings, because as you can see in the sketch, the wings are kind of like sagging down, and the original wings aren't like that. I think it's going to be easier to just redraw them. So I'm going to make a new layer, and then I'm just going to grab the white, and I'll just make her wings here. And I'll just swipe with my 3 fingers and duplicate. And then I'm going to flip it, and I'll bring it to the other side. And then I'll bring the transparency down. And I'll add the little highlights. And the little dark edges on her wings. And now I'm going to add another layer, and I'll do her legs and arms. I think that looks pretty cute. So I'm going to grab her, and I'll put her in place here. And then she's supposed to be dripping with nectar because she dropped her bucket of nectar as she was flying. So I'm going to need to draw some nectar coming off of her. So I'm going to create a new layer, And I'll just get maybe kind of like a light golden color. And I'll use my smooth pencil from Bardo Brush. And I'm going to make the nectar just kind of dripping off of her. And I think I want to make the nectar look kind of shiny, so I'm going to grab some white and I'll make a new layer, and I'm going to do some little shiny spots on the nectar. Now I'm just going to draw my bucket that spilled, and I did already make a bucket in this scene, so that's her carrying the nectar there and bumping into the mushroom. So I'm just going to copy this bucket, and I'm going to go over here and I'm going to paste. But as you can see, it's a lot smaller, so I will need to redraw it, but at least this way I can keep it looking pretty consistent. So I'm going to turn down the opacity of this layer, and then I'll just make a new layer, and this is where I'll draw the new bucket. I'm going to lock the opacity on this one. So now I can add some shading to it. And I don't have to worry about going outside of the edges. I'm going to add some little highlights too, so that it looks kind of like a little bit like shiny metal maybe. Now I'm going to make the inside of the bucket. So I'm just going to put a new layer behind the bucket layer. And I'll just make the opposite curve here. I'm also going to make the handle. So I'll make a new layer for that. And I'm going to grab the black, and I'll just go right over that old handle. And I'm just going to add some little highlights. Now I can delete that old bucket layer. And now I'm going to make the nectar coming out of the bucket. So I'll just grab that color that I had before. And now I'm just going to make a layer that's going to be between the inside and the outside of the bucket. So it's going to be right here, and I'm just going to make the nectar spilling out. Oh yeah, one thing I do want to pay attention to though is that I don't really want this little end of the nectar right here to come across the very center of the spread, because then it's going to kind of go into the spine of the book and then come out on the next page. So instead, I think it's better just to like keep the bucket on the left and keep the bee on the right. So I am going to show my guide so that I can see exactly where the center of the page is going to be. So if I turn my drawing guide on and go to edit drawing guide, then I can change my grid size. I'm going to pull it all the way up, and now I can see where that center line is. So I'm going to grab my bucket, and I'm just going to move the whole thing to the left so that it can stay right inside that page there. And then that'll be a perfect spread because we'll have the right side and the left side, and then they go together perfectly. And then I'm going to add the highlights onto those ones. One other thing I think would be really fun is to have like some really tall blades of grass, because she is a bee, so she is really small in the world. So I'm going to have one more layer that's going to be on top of everything else. And I'm going to grab some green, and I'll make it a little bit different than the green that I have because I want it to stand out against the ground. And I'm going to just make some nice tall blades of grass. I think I like that. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Should I add more grass? Should I put some grass in the background? I'm not really sure. And now that I have this all done, I'll show you how I would export it, because I do like to be able to move the different pieces around. Because to add the text, I don't really like to add the text in Procreate because it's just really hard to do. I mean, Procreate wasn't really made for layout, right? So it's going to be a lot easier if you pull the illustrations into either Canva or Photoshop and add the text in that way. I like to use Photoshop, so that's what I'll be using for this book. So I like to have the different pieces separate so that I can kind of move them around in Photoshop. So the way that I do that is that first I'll just hide all these layers, and I'm just going to export the background. So I'll grab this background and I'll just do the wrench icon, and I'll do share and then PNG and save image. And then I'm going to hide the background, and I'll show just the bee, and I'll put the honey on her. And I can also have the bucket because those aren't touching anyways, so I could still move them around separately in Photoshop. So I'll take these and I will export those as a transparent PNG. And then I'll do just the grass. And I will export that as a transparent PNG. And then I do also like to export the image as a whole because maybe I won't end up needing to move anything around and I can just drop this in. So I'm going to export that as well. Now I can go back to my storyboard and I will check off that page. And now I just have a few more pages to go, and then we can move on to the layout and the publishing. I hope you're enjoying following along with me on this journey. If you have any questions, of course, let me know in the comments. And as always, you can email me at heather@heathercash.com. And if you're working on your own children's book, join my Creativity Club on Facebook, where we share our projects and support each other and help each other to reach our creative goals. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe so I know to make more videos like this. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.